So for most of you, the only imagery you have about Lagos Free Zone or Lekki Free Zone is this picture. And I'm here to kind of debunk the general idea that is held about Lekki Free Zone slash Lagos Free Zone and the entire axis. The first thing I'll say is this. Lagos Free Zone is divided into four quadrants or four phases. You have the southwest phase, which is the phase one. You have the southeastern phase, which is the phase two. You have the northwestern phase, which is the phase three. And you have the northeastern phase, which is the phase four. All of these phases or zones, they make up the Lekki Free Zone and is a total of 16,150 hectares of land. And in 2005, it was conceptualized by the Lagos state government and established in line with the NEPSA Act, which is the Nigerian Export Processing Zones Authority. And let's move forward. Yep. So let's start from the very first zone. So this is the foremost zone that was established, which is the southwestern quadrant. And this zone is 3,000 hectares of land. And to give context, a hectare is about 15 plots or 15,600 or 1,000 square meter plots. So the Southwestern Quadrant is operated by the Lekki Free Zone Development Company. So much like all of the other free zones that we're going to talk about, there is a company, a central company that operates it, and it's a joint venture between investors slash partners and the Lagos state government. So Lekki Free Zone Development Company is a partnership between Lekki Worldwide Investment Limited, LWIL, and China Africa Lekki Investments, Kali. So this one that you are all used to was established in 2006, just a year after the Free Zone slash NEPSA Act was established. And they were the foremost. Like I said, Kali, which was formerly called the CCECC and beyond. So many of you would know the Chinese. That's the major construction company, and it does a lot of work internationally. So the combination of Kali and the Lagos State Lekki Worldwide Investment Limited Company established this in 2006. So this is what the shareholding looks like. Lekki Worldwide has about 40% shareholding, and Kali, the China Africa Investment Limited, has about 60% shareholding. The Lagos state government actually got a really good deal on this because the Alaro City, I think, is about 25% to 75. So this is a really, really good deal. Now, this is the LFDC board. You have Dai Shunfa, you have Bolatito Ajibode, and I think it's quite diverse. You have the Chinese on the board, and you have a couple Nigerians on the board, and these are the things that you like to see. And then it's divided into different zones. So you have different investment opportunities in manufacturing, you have opportunities in oil and gas, you have opportunities in real estate, you have opportunities in tourism, you have opportunities in a bunch and a host of stuff. There is even a startup zone where startups can come. And incidentally, there's another quadrant slash phase that also kind of has something similar, which is called Talent City, formerly called Talent City, which is now Etana. You have all of this in the southwestern quadrant. And you may ask, why all of these companies coming to this free zone? And what's the free zone about? So let me quickly tell you the benefits of a free zone. So these are some of just the benefits of a free zone. So in a free zone, you have zero corporate income tax versus 30% outside the free zone. Yep. You have also 0% VAT. You know that Nigeria as a country is kind of reviewing its tax policies, but inside the free zone, it's 0% of that. And obviously 0% income tax compared to about 10% outside of that. And in a free zone, the companies that you establish in a free zone and have a free zone license, they are eligible for 100% foreign ownership. And no expatriate quota. They can bring as many expats as they like. And it's also a one-stop shop for approvals, permits, and licenses. So whereas outside of the zone, if you want to maybe establish a company, oh, come and get this. Let's say you want to establish an oil company. Oh, go and get your DPR license. Or go and get your CAC. All of those offices, which probably can be in different places, it's a one-stop shop. So you can do all of your approvals in one desk. So Alaro City has a team that does the approvals. Eternal City has a team that does the approvals. Like LFDC has a team that does all of the approvals. It's just kind of like very seamless because it's reducing the barriers to trade. And then you have duty-free import of raw materials, equipment, and other inputs of production, leading to an average of 20 to 30% savings on production and construction costs. Whether you're bringing construction materials, whether you're bringing manufacturing materials, you're bringing a car, whatever you're bringing, there's no duty on it. And obviously, 100% repatriation of capital and profits and dividend in the free zone. So this is why you have many companies moving there. And for LFDC, you have quite a bunch of companies, about 176, closer to 200 now. So these are more divisions of the zone. You have a public facility cluster, you have the holiday region, you have the northern residential cluster, you have the southwestern warehousing and logistic cluster, you have the industrial cluster, then you have also kind of like the central business district, have the central parking, in other places of the world. So these are the divisions of the Lekki Free Zone. Like I said, it's 3,000 hectares. So that is a lot of land. So there's a lot of leeway to be able to do most things that you would want to do. And, like I said, about 132 Freezone enterprises are already there. And I'm just going to play a video that is going to give you more idea of more of the companies that are there. Okay, so this is an office complex completed now. This is a power plant. It's nice. You have power supply, more power plants. It's a standard factory area, which is nice. Customs processing center, like I said, a one-stop shop. So customs, everything. This is a clinic. Then you have apartments, residential areas. You have a motel and a gas station. Then obviously well secured. There is a police station. There is a fire station. One-stop service, everything that you need. Migration, processing, permits, whatever. Exports and imports, standard factory area. Companies are already experiencing operational efficiencies just by being in the free zone, also using their licenses, especially Chinese companies. They are taking a huge advantage of this. It's an assembling plant, huge, huge. This is Long Reach. There was a time where Long Reach was doing the network marketing thing. Everybody was promoting their product. They are in the free zone, and you have different factories that are here. Steel pipe. This is good. This is an insecticide company. Pinnacle Oil. They even have a filling station somewhere in Lekki and in different parts of, of the state. So you're seeing that companies are already experiencing operational efficiencies from being in the free zone, and it's something that you can start to consider. So that is the southwestern quadrant, which is the phase one of the four phases of the Lekki Free Trade Zone area, which is about 16,000 hectares. And if you wanted to buy a plot, or if you wanted to buy to invest in the free zone, take advantage of the benefits. So specifically for the Lekki Free Zone area, which is managed and controlled by the LFDC, Lekki Free Trade Zone Development Company, this is how you'd have to go about it. I think they are the most hectic. Yeah, a written application to them, and an acknowledgement letter to investors from the LFTZ, Lekki Free Trade Zone, and obviously execution of a memorandum of understanding, so an MOU, and then you're going to pay a fee of $1,000 to obtain an application pack, and you register your enterprise as an FZE, as a free zone entity, your enterprise, an application form, and you pay 1,500 for NEPSA form. Then you pay an enterprise of a non-refundable license fee after submission of application form. Now, the licensing fees range from $2,000, $3,000 to as much as $15,000 if you're doing a real estate business. And for like a more broken down schedule, you can reach out to me and I can give you more advice on that and more information on that. And grant of operating license to applicant after payment. So the operating license is almost is guaranteed. For some many things, I've had known people, for instance, DPR, to get the DPR license took them a whole lot of time. So it's kind of easy, and they help you to get, but you would have to pay for it. So there's provision or signature of investment contract, and then there's the contract execution and registration stamp duties, and then there's a down payment of 10% of total land lease to LFZ when signing the contract, then another 20% down payment, and then the issuance of provisional land allocation, and then the full payment of balance of 70% of total land lease within 6 months after execution of contracts. This is draconian. Then you have the issuance of certificate of land sublease after full payment, which is 6 months after you've made the first initial 30% deposit. Then you have to start to construct and develop within the subsection in 24 months. And submission of all building and engineering plans, letter of approval from LFTZ, commencement of construction within 6 months of the approval of the plan, the installation of machinery, every other thing that you need to do, and they'll inspect it and also approve it. And now, to give context, you have to minimum purchase, you have to purchase at least 2 hectares, which is 15 plots. So if you do the math using either 600 square meters for a plot or 1,000 square meter for a plot, so frankly, you would be paying out of pocket $500,000 to $900,000 or $1 million within 6 months. And so this is the most difficult zone to get in. It's just a bit too much. But if you watch till the end, you'll see other zones that is easier. The barrier to entry is little, and it probably even have a payment plan up to 5 years. So this is the first one, is the biggest at the moment, and is the foremost, and is what you can see along the Lekki Freezone area, just before Dangote Refinery. Then the second one is the southeast quadrant. So the southeast quadrant is called Lagos Free Zone, not to be confused with Lekki Free Zone, by the Lagos Free Zone Company. And it's a partnership between Lekki Worldwide Limited, International Limited, and Tolaram. So Tolaram is a Singaporean firm that has a concession agreement with the Lagos state government in this zone. And in this zone is made up of obviously the Lagos Free Zone, which is about 850 hectares of land size. Dangote Refinery, which is also a free zone. People don't know that Dangote Refinery is a free zone, is in this quadrant, 2,700 hectares. The Lekki Freeport Terminal, which also houses the deep sea port, and its 90 hectares of land is here. And obviously the Lekki Worldwide Investment Limited, which you have the deep sea ports in. So the combination of 90 and 131 hectares. So these are the infrastructure that you have here in this quadrant of the free zone. This is the second phase, which is the southwestern quadrant. So it's promoted by the Singaporean-based Tolaram and is the first private free trade zone in Nigeria, and is centrally located in Lagos State, the commercial area of the commercial capital of the nation. So this is it. Now, it is broken down just like the Lekki Free Trade Zone area. which is promoted by the LFDC, Lekki Free Trade Zone Company. Yeah, there are areas for industrial, logistics, mixed use, and other uses. Now, let me state for the first one, which is the Lekki Free Trade Zone. As you saw, they are not very, very strict on what you have. So they are very, very core industrial, chemical, heavy industries that are there. For some people, especially if you're looking to do something residential, and even if you're looking something to do very commercial, it may not be your thing, So just wanted to point that out because it will be very, very important to note when we, keep on going. So it is very, very, very good. This one. So Tolaram is Singaporean based. And then you still have the Asian roots, just like the first one, but this one is Tolaram is now buying a lot. Like I think they even took a really, really huge stake in Guinness recently. So Tolaram is going rampant, very, very big company. So this is the free zone. Sorry, this is the deep sea port, one of the deepest in West Africa, and it's changing the face of everything. And it has ship to shore cranes. And if you look, you wouldn't see any buses or any trucks that are moving around. So everything is computerized. We take everything that you need to take, and then at a certain time, the trucks will come in and take all of the shipment. So it's computerized. So the turning circle is about 600 meters, enough for a vessel of up to 16,000 standard containers. So the ship basically can take 16,000 containers. Do you know how deep that is? And that would really, I think, even somewhere else, I saw it up to even 18,000. I think they between now and when they first signed the concession agreement and also when they delivered, between 16,000 to 18,000 cargoes up to 600 meters deep. So imagine a ship coming with that much consignment. So it is really, really, really huge and massive. And this is what you have in this free zone area, the southeastern free zone area. And it's also worthy of note that deep sea port is the first port in Nigeria which ship to shore cranes, and they can lift up 65 tons in twin lift modes, 50 tons in single lift mode, or 85 tons under a hook. So that's a lot. That's a lot. If numbers mean anything to you, then in other parts of this free zone, you also have warehouses. You have a couple of companies that have already come in here, over 100, and also are operating warehouses. So you can see here. Then this is a packaging company, Insignia Print. They're already in this free zone. You also have Colgate and Palm Olive in the free zone. You know what Colgate does? This is a residential tower, residential area where people can live, staff, members, what have you. This is Power Oil in the free zone, which is nice. I think I already mentioned Insignia Print. Yeah. So this is the board of directors for Tolaram that obviously driving this reason. So you can see Vaswani, you can see Haresh Aswani, so Dinesh Rati, Indian, Asian, and obviously Nigerian. Then obviously we cannot talk about Dangote Refinery. It is a free zone. No, some people do not know that, but it's in the free zone. It's in the southeastern part of the free zone, 2,000, almost 3,000 hectares as well. Yeah. Now let's go to the northwestern quadrant. So this is the two I've spoken about, the southeastern and the southwestern. They are facing the other side, so toward Dangote Refinery area. But this is the only free zone that is facing the Lekki Ekpe Expressway, and it's just before Ibejum, if just before Ekpe. So it is called Alaro City, and it's a joint venture between Lekki Worldwide Investment. The company is solely set up for the free zone operation and rendezvous, and the joint company is called the Northwest Quadrant Development Company. And initially, when they came, it was 1,000 hectares that they bought, but seeing the the potential of the area, they got another 1,000 hectares there. So this is Alaro City. So Rendezvous is the joint venture partner with the Lagos state government, and they have over 12,000 hectares in Africa. They have in Ghana, they have in the DRC, they have in Zambia, they have in Kenya. And Nigeria is where they came to next. Who knows where they're going to go next? So this is the Tatu City in Kenya, and this is what they have in Tatu City. If I do have clients that I've bought from them in Tatu City, so I think it's good. They're doing good work. So this is the shareholder. You have Steve Jennings, who is the founder and the CEO of Rendezvous. Then you have Frank Mosier, who is a lead investor. Then you have Lord Ashcroft. You have Simon Edwards. You have Thornstein Hagen, which is Swedish. So this is Australian. This is UK, and then this is the US. And so, compared to the other ones, which is mostly Asian and Chinese, this is the one that's kind of run by Americans, kind of run by the Western folks, and they do their things differently from the Chinese. I would not expatiate on that. Okay, this is the board of directors. You're starting to see more Nigerian faces. Oyeyemi, Olusanya, Yomi Ademola, and Khadija. Then Ayodeji Meleyi, who's the chairman. So, yeah. So this is Alaro City. Alaro City is like I told you. So if you see where the deep sea port is and then the Dangote refinery is just facing the Atlantic, Alaro City is at the other side facing the lagoon, and we can see the airport, international approved airport, just opposite it. So in terms of traffic situation, when that place as Ibejuleki continues to open up, there's going to be the coastal road that's going to ease that traffic a lot. But it's just easy for you to from Alara City get to Ijebu. It's easy to get to all of the other states, and there's going to be a bridge from Alara City that's going to go all the way to the other Lekki and Lagos free zone areas. Yeah, like I said, they have signed an MOU. The Lagos State government has signed an MOU with Summer Group, and they are the developers of the Turkey airports. Yeah. So these are all the brands. Like their names that like the Mantra, Caterpillar, Stereo, Boa, UNICEF, Universal Homes. You have Loadseed Promo Media, Tinubu's son's company. They are there. There's Kenol Gas, there's Ron Gas. They're quite Sania. They're quite a lot. Aerial Foods, there are a lot of companies that have joined, and $1 billion. So the commitment to build Alaro City was about $250 million. Then with these extra investments, both committed investment, people that have put in a deposit and they are able to spread it, or people that have bought land, people that have started building and buildings are yet to be there. It is a 1.5 billion estimation of actual and committed investments. This is huge. This is huge. So this is the master plan designed by world-renowned urban planners Skidmore, Owens, and Merrill, the designers of the Burj Khalifa, Canary Wharf, the Manhattan Towers in Chicago, a bunch of other mainstream developments. So it's a well-planned city. You have a central park as well, about 150 acres of parks. There's a phase one, which is currently being done. And then there's the phase two. You can see the international airport sitting there. Yeah, so these are some of the companies that are here. Aerial Foods, 28,000 square meters, largest producer of ready-to-use therapeutic food. They produce food and then send it to war-torn countries for UNICEF and the likes. Then this Boa, obviously, Boa is owned by Rabiu Abdul, the CEO of Boa, and he cited that this is reducing their capex because wherever they put their factories, they have to do road, they have to do electricity, they have to do all of that. But with this, it solves a lot of those problems for them. Then this is Mantra Caterpillar, very big brand. And Ikeja, you know, they deal in heavy moving vehicles. There's also HMD, heavy machine dealership, that is in Alaro City as well. Then this is the TY Logistics Park, 90,000 square meters. And here you can just rent, and instead of buying land to get your Freezone license, you can just rent and then you have a Freezone license. So for people that are last mile delivery, or you need a warehouse to put stuff in, this is somewhere you can just rent a warehouse. But I'll also say that looking at the free zone and all of the opportunities in the free zone, the warehouse business is a good business. So if you don't know what to do in the free zone, just buy land and do a warehouse. So I did mention earlier the free zone benefits. So the free zone benefits again, and universal home. So if you don't want to buy land and then you don't want to do all of that, you just want to buy apartment. There are apartments in the free zone in Alaro City free zone, about 576 units being developed. 70 something have already been developed, delivered rather. And this is just the look at other investments. If you wanted to denominate your investment in naira, how they've performed in the past 5 years compared to Alaro City, and because the free zone empowers them to deal in dollars, you would be denominating your investment in dollars, so your returns will also be in dollars. So something to consider if that's something that you. And then this is the projected rental income, yearly rental income, if you bought an apartment in Alaro City. So that's the northwestern quadrant. Um, what I would say, how it is different from the other ones is that Alaro City gives you up to 24 months payment plan, interest free, and then you can start building 24 months after you're done paying, and you can spread your payment up to even 5 years, but obviously with an interest. And with Alaro City is the actual one-stop shop. You don't need to submit any letter. You don't need to do all those things. Whatever, they will help you do all of that. So you just come with your basically come with your money and your idea. They can roughen all of the edges. We've literally had architects, soul experts sit down with clients and advise them. These people are from Alaro, my clients, and advise them, say, this is what you can do. So, unlike the first one, Lekki and Freezone development company that said, get an application letter, go and pay this one, go and do that one, go and do that one, then submit letter of intent so we can approve. So it's quite different here. So that's Alaro City for you. Now, this is the fourth one, the northeast quadrant. The thing is, the northeast quadrant is empty at the moment. So this is 100% managed by the Lekki Worldwide Investment Company. I told you that the Lekki Worldwide Investment Company is an investment privately held company that is set up to run all of the activities in the free zone. So it is in joint venture with all the other companies that operate all of the other free zones, the Cali, the Rendezvous, and Toloram. But then this is supposed to be their area. So it's approximately 5,000 hectares of land size. But the truth is, when Alaro City came, Alaro was 1,000 hectares. So I am conjecturing that Alaro's second 1,000 hectare land that they took or bought will reduce this 5,000 hectares of land size to 4,000. So 4,000, 5,000 hectares is available here. We don't know what is going to be done here. Maybe another investor is going to come and do a joint venture with the Lagos state government because it is very capital intensive. An investor that has hundreds of millions of dollars that wants to help them to operate and run this place. But this place is going to have the coastal road go through this axis. You're also going to have the green line road go through this axis. So it's just becoming more and more valuable as all of the other free zones are being populated. So it's exciting times, and this is just kind of like a cornucopia of future goodies, if you would say. So that's it. I hope you are more enlightened. This is a crash course, quick crash course on what a free zone is. And if someone asked you, or if you've been thinking of a free zone, you're able to answer, number one, and also you're able to have more information on the free zone, the benefit, the capability of the free zone, to know what is happening there, and if you wanted to come in, how you could come in. So for more inquiries, Alaro City is starting from $75,000 and above for residential. The commercial is starting from $195,000. You can see is nowhere near the other one. And the minimum that you can start with is 8,000 square meters. It's nowhere near the other one. So to find out more information, pricing, and what have you, contact me for more details. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Ownahome TV show. Here at Ownahome, we believe owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we are committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and other real estate. Kindly like, share, subscribe. I'll see you at the very next video. Bye-bye.